The News Channel 5 Network and Out and About newspaper. This is Out and About Today.
Hello, I'm Chuck Long, and welcome to a busy edition of Out and About Today. On tonight's show, Brent Meredith looks at the church and same-sex marriage, and Pam Wheeler examines the equal rights parallels between the black and LGBT communities. But first, on Buzz About, what the recent controversy over Little Big Town's Girl Crush says about country radio, Representative Sheila Butt's views on gays, and a preview of April's Out and About Nashville. Joining in, my co-hosts Brent and Pam, and Out and About Nashville editor James Grady. Great to see everybody.
Good to see you.
Lots to talk about, buzz about, hot topics, that kind of thing. We're going to start with a story that really started one way, and now, as many stories do, it's kind of taken a turn. We're talking about Little Big Town's Girl Crush, which, first off, at the top of what I want to say about this is it's a great song, just to begin with. Yeah. We're going to take, though, a look at the song right now, and then we'll talk about it on the backside, because there's lots to talk about. Here's Girl Crush from Little Big Town.
I wanna taste her lips, yeah, 'cause they taste like you. I wanna drown myself in a bottle of her perfume. I want her long blonde hair, I want her magic touch, yeah, 'cause maybe then you'd want me just as much. I got a girl crush.
Okay, so Girl Crush, and that was part of the lyric video, which is appropriate since we're talking a lot about the lyrics in this one. So, of course, for those, of course, I know a lot of you have heard about this story because it happened a couple of weeks ago when it all came to, you know, the headlines. But basically, in Girl Crush, people started calling some radio stations saying you are advancing or representing or advocating for the gay community, and we want you to pull that song. Obviously, they hadn't listened to the song, to the lyrics of the song. Yeah, exactly. So, what was your? Because then, like I said, there's something else that then has since happened with the story. But what was your first intuition when you heard these headlines?
It was what I just said. It's so far-reaching. I mean, if you actually listen to the song, I mean, she just says, I want to be like her, so you'll want me as much. I mean, it explains itself so readily in the song.
Right, right. What did you think when you first heard Girl Crush? Was it one of those songs where you really listened to the lyrics, or was it just a sound? What did you think, James?
Absolutely. My first thought when I heard that song was that we would call this a stalker if it was in the context. Right. And I thought it was a very creepy song, but it never occurred to me that anybody would think it was about a same-sex relationship.
Yeah.
Right. And what happens at the at the onset was one of the bloggers for the Country Record said that at this station, where he claimed to be a music director, received a rash of complaints from listeners who misunderstanding the song's lyrics about a jealous woman's obsession with a man's current romantic interest, believing the group was promoting the gay agenda with the song. So that's where the story started. Now, one of the things, too, was that there was a number of country stars that spoke up and said, and even Little Big Town said, it's not about that, but even if it was.
So what?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I know, that's what I love so much.
Yeah.
And how much pushback was there from listeners who called? Was it huge?
Well, and that's where the second part of the story comes into being. Billboard ran a story saying, and a couple of country aircheck did as well, but they said that, that this really wasn't the case, that they didn't find that many people objecting to the song. They think that it was almost created by the media. But since then, a couple of other people have said, according to the blog, Tex-Mex is really Lee France, the music director for Waco 100 FM and KAGG FM in Texas, and the site is sticking by its source and the story. So, all this to say, do you think that maybe country radio didn't want to look like they were discriminating or listening to callers saying, take this off, you're promoting the gay agenda? And so they said, oh, no, that's not what the song's about, and I don't even think there was a controversy.
Yeah, like a little conspiracy theory you've got? Yeah.
Right, yeah. So it could be. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see where this all runs. But like I said, one of the things I loved about it was the fact that so many country artists said, even if it was promoting the gay agenda, so what? If it's just because you have a love story between a man and a woman, is that promoting the heterosexual?
Well, again, I mean, gay agenda. Like,
yeah.
I wasn't in the meeting when we talked about this song coming out. I didn't know that was happening.
Okay, we're going to move on because we don't have a lot of time. But Representative Sheila Butt, now she went on, and of course she made headlines recently. when she wrote about the N and what she referred to as the NAAWP. WP, exactly. Okay, she was called out on it, and she said that is not, the National Association against the white people. It was Western people, is what she said. So, what were your thoughts on that?
What's the difference?
Yeah. Well, there's that.
I mean,
Yeah. That's some BS. Chuck, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
You tried to get her on the show.
right.
Yes, we did. We reached out to her, asked her to be on the show, talked to one of her assistants in the office. Her press people were supposed to call us.
Yeah.
Never called. I tried twice. We tried. We tried to get her on it because I was curious. But what then caught our attention was after she was in the headlines for some of those things. She also has certain views on gays, and this was brought up in the article in the Tennessean, that are not very favorable. She believes being gay is a choice. She's also written a book called Does God Love Michael's Two Daddies? And one of the things that she said was, to our knowledge, no comparable children's book designed to combat the promotion of homosexuality is available on the market until now. Does God Love Michael's Two Daddies is a professionally designed and illustrated book that promotes God's love for all individuals while at the same time showing in a loving way that homosexuality is out of harmony with Bible teaching. Okay, what would you do if somebody gave you, that book, seriously?
What do you mean? Like
Yeah,
that they
if
were
someone
trying to
said-
teach me?
yeah.
Well, I'd have to tell them what I felt about that, and it wouldn't be very nice. I'll tell you. And the story's infuriating, of course. But, when we talking about this topic, and bringing her on, and I didn't want to give it attention. I really didn't, remember?
Right.
And then as we talked more, she's representative. I didn't really realize that.
Uh-huh.
So it makes sense we're talking about it. I believe that everybody that has crazy ideas, they come from somewhere. There's an explanation for racism and for all kinds of bad things. There is. We don't know it. It would be great if she was on to explain it. Maybe
Right.
we'd feel sorry for her and her whole entire family.
But we need to know. And we're almost out of time, or we run out of time so often. Great points, though. James, I want to make sure that we preview the cover for Out and About Nashville.
Well, the cover features a topic that was really brought up earlier this year when the USDA brought the Southern Pride, the Rural Pride campaign to the LGBT community in Nashville. And so we talked to a few LGBT community members from outside of Nashville about their experiences.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to that cover, and the entire issue. Up next, Brent will take a closer look at the church's stance on same-sex marriage.